So housing affordability is becoming an increasingly important issue in Lexington, Kentucky. With rising costs and limited options, it's difficult for many families to find affordable housing in the city. So unfortunately, this is not an issue that's easily resolved, and it requires a thoughtful approach to planning for the future. One factor that makes the situation in Lexington particularly challenging is the urban service boundary. Now, this is a policy that limits urban development to a specific area, while leaving surrounding rural areas untouched. Now, the intention behind the policy was to promote efficient land use and protect rural areas, but it has some unintended consequences for housing affordability. Now, as Lexington becomes less affordable to live in, we need to start looking for housing options in some of our less expensive outlying cities, such as Paris or Winchester. Now, however, this presents its own set of challenges. Without a consistent public transportation network, it's difficult for people to get to and from work, doctors, and shopping in Lexington. That's why it's time for business leaders and government officials to start planning for the future of housing for lower and middle income families. We need to have serious conversations about interconnecting Lexington with a more regional mindset that includes all of our outlying cities. By creating an easier way for people to live in communities that cost less while being able to quickly get into Lexington for work and other activities, we can improve access to affordable housing. But this won't be easy, all right? So it'll require collaboration and foresight from a range of stakeholders. We need to think about transportation, infrastructure, zoning laws, among other things. It's a complex issue, but one that we cannot afford to ignore as a city. So in conclusion, housing affordability in Lexington is a pressing issue that requires a proactive approach and a very thoughtful approach. We need to start planning for the future now, and that means thinking beyond the city limits by prioritizing public transportation and interconnecting Lexington with the outlying cities. We can create more housing options for lower and middle income families. It's time for action and collaboration from all stakeholders. Thanks so much.